Friday. It's beautiful. My name is Josh. A little more dressed up than I normally am. I've got a really impressive a panel interview with four people today that's going to blow your mind. But before we get started there, I just want to give you guys a few creative ways you can volunteer right now if you're healthy and you feel like that's something you can do. So we're still looking for volunteers for Joy's Kitchen almost every day of the week at Westwoods. Also, Severe Weather Shelter Network is doing a supply drive. So if you have blankets, socks, tents, sleeping bags, anything for our guests that we would normally host for severe weather, we've got a couple more days of snow, it looks like. So if you have any of those supplies, you can email us at info@westwoodscc.org or just comment below this video, and you can drop those things at the church and we'll make sure we get them to those guests. The last thing is on Fridays from 11:30 to 2 o'clock, a team of 5 volunteers from Westwoods will be serving lunch at the National Western Complex. So recently they outfitted that with about 700 beds for people experiencing homelessness. So if you're available Fridays from 11:30 to 2, if you'd email us or comment on this, we'd get you on the rotation for every Friday while this is going on. So let's just get started with our interviews real quick. Super humbled to be with these incredible people today. So let's introduce our first guest. Today we have with us NFL Pro Bowl linebacker from the Denver Broncos, Von Miller. Von, could you say hi to the people at home?
Hello, peeps.
Also, today we have with us one of the top in her field, an elementary teacher from the great state of Colorado. We have Miss Brink here with us today.
Hi.
Our third guest today is a doctor. She graduated magna cum laude from the Harvard School of Medicine. Her name is Dr. Reagan.
Hi, everybody.
And our fourth guest, I think I'm the most excited about, one of the most famous people in the country, SpiderMan. Hey, SpiderMan, could you say hi to all the people on the camera?
Hi.
So today's topic, we just want to find out a little bit from these people about how we can be a good neighbor. So this time is a bit crazy. Everyone's stuck at home. And one of the things that I've noticed is that it's an incredible time where we get to connect with our literal neighbors, because for the most part, everyone's at home. But it's kind of weird because maybe some of these people you've lived around for 5-10 years and you don't even know their names yet. So we're going to ask this awesome group of people what a good way you could be a good neighbor during what's happening right now. So Vaughn, my first question goes to you. I'm just wondering, in this time, stuck at home in the off season, what are some ways you found to be a good neighbor?
Well, just like to exercise in my driveway whenever anyone else comes. I just stop my workout and just say, hi, how you doing, to brighten up their day.
Oh, that's super cool, Vaughn. So you're saying if someone's passing by your house, you just stop for a second and say hi and see how their day's going?
Yep.
Oh, that's a great idea. Just out of curiosity, Vaughn, how much do you squat?
500.
500 pounds, man, you're pretty strong. One time I got up 150, but my knee almost broke. Anyway, so my last question for you, Vaughn, is what is your real name? Everyone knows you as Von Miller, but what's your first name?
Vonnie Bashan Miller Jr.
Wow, that's a crazy. I'm gonna call you Bashan for short. All right, moving on to Mrs. Brink. She's our teacher here this morning. Mrs. Brink, I'm just curious. A lot's changed with school, especially for elementary school kids, and I was just curious, what are some ways that we can be a good neighbor to the kids in our neighborhood?
You can encourage kids to do well in their remote learning.
Oh yeah, remote learning. It's a crazy thing for everyone, but you're saying we should just talk to the kids in our neighborhood and tell them, good job, stay focused, we think you're awesome?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea. So what are some ways we can support teachers right now?
Well, you could email or send a letter to other teachers and just to see how they're doing or to see how their class is doing on work.
Yeah, what a crazy time it is for teachers. We're super thankful for all the work that you and all your colleagues are putting in, making sure our kids are still learning. So thanks for your insight. let's move on to Dr. Reagan. Dr. Reagan, you know, in the middle of this global pandemic, people have been really worried about their health. And so I was just curious, what are some ways that we can stay safe and healthy right now?
Well, always remember to keep 6 feet between you and your neighbor. You can smile, say hi, and give them an air high five.
Oh, wow. So you're saying we need to stay 6 feet away from our neighbors, but we can still smile at them. If I smile at someone, will that get them sick?
No.
No, okay. And can you just show me real quick how to do an air high five?
Yes. So you just still do high five, except you don't actually touch your neighbor.
Okay.
You just do it like in the air, so you don't actually spread yours.
Great. Thanks, Dr. Reagan. I really appreciate all your hard work on the front lines, keeping people safe and healthy. Now to our final panel, SpiderMan. I just want to say thanks for always rescuing us from the city's crime, keeping us safe. I just have a question. What's a way we can be awesome right now? Wow! SpiderMan, that was super awesome. What do you call that move?
Shoot web and make the light brighter.
Kick, shoot webs, and something else. That's really awesome. Hey, Spider-Man, could you just say hi to all the people out there? You're really famous, and they're so excited.
I.
So that's it, everyone. I just want to say thanks for joining us this Friday. So whether you're working out in your driveway and you just stop for a minute and say hi to your neighbors, if you're educating a kid, whether you're a mom, a dad, a grandma, a teacher, whatever you're doing, thank you so much for all the hard work you're putting in for our kids. Thanks for being smart. Don't forget 6 feet away, and always remember the air high five. And finally, don't ever forget to shoot webs and do awesome moves, because one of the ways we're going to get through this pandemic together is by being awesome. Love you. Thanks for joining us.